Hey friends, how you going? It's Mark Hummer here, of course, and what we're doing today is I'm just illustrating a little lighting check. The ISO isn't the issue today. We've got a pretty much native ISO. It's ISO 100. On the Z7 that I'm using this time instead of the Z6, native ISO is 64, but 100 is so close it's not much difference. So just for the sake of boosting the image a little, I've got it on 100. The F factor is what's interesting today. So I'm using a prime lens rather than the zoom, so I'm able to go down all the way to 1.8 if I wish, but right now I'm at 2.5. So it's f2.5. It's obviously the 4K at 25 frames a second and 50th of a second shutter speed, but it's that 2.5 f factor that should be interesting aperture difference. You should have a bit more of a shallow depth of field. Things are going to be a little bit blurry in the back. Those Manfrotto tripods and ball heads in the background, they're probably quite blurry and be pretty hard to tell which model they are, I imagine. But anyway, the thing is about the lighting that might be interesting to you is I've gone away from the 4 LED panels, because what I'm finding if I increase the f-stop and making it a bit shallower, it's also a lot brighter. So I don't need that large amount of lighting that I had before. I can now get away with just the dual ring light setup that I've used many times. So now I'm just using the two dual ring lights, which is about 750 LEDs. Which is quite a drop from the 2500 I had before. But of course, things have changed, settings are different. And of course, I've also been able to move those lights closer now. They're not on top of the cabinet bolted. I've got them on a light stand. I'm able to move them quite close, which of course amplifies the lighting effect. So the only other lighting differences might be interesting. I've got those tiny little tea lights on in the corner, but they're not going to make any real illumination difference. It's just like a novelty, something to look at. And then of course I do have behind me a slightly amber, about 450 Kelvin ring light behind my head, which of course give me a bit of backlighting. Should give me a little bit of a silhouette around the hairline and shoulder, and I thought that just is interesting. The other advantage of that light coming over the shoulder is of course that if I'm demonstrating or showing something on the table here, you've got some light coming behind, so it gives forward light in every direction and makes it just easy for you guys to see and get more of a three-dimensional look at everything, like there's no harsh shadows in any direction. So I thought that could be interesting as well. Now the microphone I'm using is the ME1. It's a stereo microphone. It has no preamp inside it. It doesn't run on batteries. It runs on phantom power and relies on the preamp in the camera. Now that's fine for running and gunning when you need it. We want something really lightweight, which this is. It weighs next to nothing, and of course using the phantom power of the camera means you don't have to worry about batteries. So for short-term video it's great. I am of course, as I've mentioned previously, getting a new directional microphone, a shotgun mic. It's a V mic. I think it's the V3 Pro. It's a very good microphone, so I hear. So I'm looking forward to using that one and getting a bit more punchier sound quality. That of course has a rechargeable battery inside it and runs off that, so it doesn't suck up the power of the camera. And then also of course it has its own preamp, which is adjustable up to 20 decibels. So I'm able to use all the adjustments just here locally on the microphone and set it how I wish. And I can check with my headphones anytime I want to make sure that the sound is perfect before I start. So that'll be very interesting to do. Save me getting up and down a lot. I can just have the headphones on quickly, check, and then go. So that's pretty nice. So that's really what I'm looking at today. It was a very brief video, just demonstrating that I can shoot the video with the Z7 rather than the Z6, which is my specific video camera. I'm trying it out to see how it goes with the 50mm prime. And of course I've got the dual ring lights now, so I think all in all it should be a pretty reasonable image. And the reason I'm doing this is nothing to do with vanity or being self-obsessed with lighting or how I look. This is really all about helping you guys out. So I'm showing you the different options I use, the different settings, the different lighting techniques, and you can of course apply that in your own life and whatever you're doing. So if you're setting up a vlog or you need to video someone for a reason, these sort of tips and tricks may help you salvage a lot of information. You're able to maybe minimize your lighting that you bring with you, which of course means carrying less stuff, and you're a lot more efficient on the job. So I'm hoping it's being useful to everyone. It's certainly useful to me, and I like to share. So you have a good day, and I hope I've been helpful to you.